before we jump into the episode, I am so excited to announce our Soul Evolution Masterclass series is going to start soon. You are not going to want to miss out on this 5-day free masterclass series. The Soul Evolution Masterclass series is all about manifesting, assisting you in evolving as a soul. We talk about the Akashic Records. We do some healings and so much more. You're not going to want to miss this. Click the link in the show notes or the description or on my website, theamyrobeson.com/free, and you will find the masterclass series there as well. I cannot wait to see you at the masterclass series. If you sign up after we start this, because you're listening to the podcast, you'll be added to our waiting list to when we do it again. All right, my friends, without further ado, let's jump into the episode. Welcome to today's episode. I am so excited you are here. Your soul wants to be nourished. It wants to be nourished on the deepest, profound levels. Because when you nourish your soul, you get to have a different experience. When you nourish your soul, you get to change your frequency. When you change your frequency, you get to create the reality that you truly want and desire. You get to evolve. We are meant to be nourished in so many different ways. So today I'm going to talk to you about all the different ways that you can nourish your soul. Please note that these are just one list and that there are many more that I'm probably not even thinking of to include on this list. And I also don't want to make it like super long either. So let's begin. So for me, these are in no particular order of importance. And so know that one of them might call out to you first to do over the others. And so trust that and go for it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is slowing down. Life is not a race. Slow down your thoughts. If you're overcomplicating, overthinking things, you are not nourishing your soul in the way that it can be nourished. Slow down. I know that society makes us think that everything's a race and that we have to race to the finish line. What is the finish line? Dedication to something, to your work, to your soul's mission, it takes a lifetime. It takes a lifetime to discover new things about yourself because it's a journey, and the journey is what we're on. We are not trying to race to the destination. We are meant to savor and be a part of the journey. So slow down. If you are a person that physically just moves fast, and like for me, I'm gonna call myself out on this. I am a fast walker. I walk so fast, and my husband will often make fun of me. He just like I sound like I'm 5,000 pounds when I'm walking because I just walk fast and I walk very hard and I walk with a purpose and a mission. And so for me, my slow down is not necessarily slowing down my thoughts, because yes, but sometimes I have to physically tell myself to slow down the way I walk so I can just savor and be in the energy and be in my body. So some of you that are physically moving too fast, slow down the physical movement as well, because sometimes we need to take a pause, or we need to physically slow our bodies down when we're used to going, because for me, when I actually slow down my walking, my stride, I can actually feel my energy and feel my physical body more, and then my physical body gives me feedback on how it's feeling and what is necessary for it to feel better. Because I might notice like, ooh, my hips are out of alignment. I better go do some of my exercises to get my hips back into alignment. And it's just feedback. Like if we slow down, we can actually have feedback from all parts of our being, our body, mind, and soul, even though you're slowing down to nourish your soul. Next one is to meditate. When you meditate, you are making space to hear the answers to your prayers, your desires, your intentions. This is also another way of slowing down. Meditation allows you to also de-stress the body, to regulate the nervous system. And it's so magnificent because it's a dose of medicine that you can gift yourself within just 5 minutes. You can meditate for like 5 minutes and it's awesome. Now, we talked about slowing down. We also want to move our bodies. And so moving your body, exercise, and it can also be spiritual movement, will allow you to move energy within your body. Any sort of exercise that your body is calling you to do, I would suggest doing that. And just because you can do something doesn't mean you're meant to be doing it. So for example, right now, I would love to go run, but right now I know that my physical body cannot handle that type of exercise. But my soul would like some exercise, would like some movement, would like to move energy that's stuck. And so there's other forms of movement that my body can do at this moment in time that will nourish not only my soul, but my physical body. So you want to move your body so you can move energy. The next one is to listen to music. Music is the gateway to the ethers, to the universe, to divinity, to creation, to creator, to God, whatever sacred title you give that being. And we want to be very selective with the music that you are choosing to listen to. There has been studies where they have studied water crystals, and certain music will distort the crystals, where if the crystal is hearing that it is loved and that it is being appreciated, the crystal looks healthy and beautiful. So the type of music you listen to also affects your frequency and your soul. And so you want to listen to high vibrational, high frequency music that shifts energy and makes you feel happy, makes you feel good, makes you feel nourished. The next one is to trust your intuition. When you trust your intuition, one, you start to strengthen the muscles of the intuition. And so you'll start receiving more spiritual guidance because your guides, divinity, creation knows like, oh, this person's paying attention. The soul is paying attention. And then your soul has messages for you as well, because your soul is communicating with the universe. And the universe wants to bless you, wants to guide you, wants to co-create with your soul. And so when you start to trust your intuition, magical doors start to open up. If you have a gut feeling about something or you're inspired to do something, and if after 3 days that inspiration doesn't go away, you are definitely meant to be doing it. So follow your inspiration, follow your intuition, because it will not disappoint you. Also, if you are not sure how to trust your intuition, I highly recommend studying some sort of spiritual practice that strengthens your intuition, because that will also nourish your soul, which is also one of our things on this list, and that is to study, to research, and to learn. You don't want to stop studying. You don't want to stop learning. One, it's so good for your physical brain and for your mental health, but your soul gets to experience different things. And then your soul actually gives you feedback, or might be inspiring you to learn something, because you might have actually been an expert in something that you're being guided to learn in a previous lifetime or in a different timeline. And so your soul wants to guide you. And so study, study, study. Research the things that you are interested in researching in and go down the rabbit hole and learn something new, because when you learn something new, that will also open up new doors as well, and it will nourish you. This next one is important, but I think it's more of a reminder, and then it becomes a daily practice. And that is, happiness is a choice that you have to be willing to choose each and every day. You can either be mad, angry, upset, and trust me, you're going to have emotions that arise throughout the day, and you can acknowledge those emotions, but you do not have to take on those emotions as truth for the rest of that day or for that chapter. We have things that happen that are character building moments, character building days, character building chapters. So know that. I'm not saying don't feel sad and don't feel mad, because those are very valid emotions that you want to process in a healthy way. You don't want that emotion to overtake your life where you choose not to be happy. So happiness is a choice that you get to choose, and you have to make a conscious decision to be happy, to experience joy. Because when you do this, there's like so many different things that happens, not only for your physical body, but your heart aligns with things, people, places, and things that can feed more into nourishing your soul, that feeds into that belief of happiness. And it's such a beautiful thing when it happens as well. And for me, I sit with this question often. It's like, how can I be happy? What is stopping me from being happy? Because oftentimes people think is, when I accomplish that next thing, I'm going to be happy. No, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be chasing the next thing. Why can't you just be happy while you're on the journey? Why can't you be happy while you're in that chapter? You deserve to be happy. So remember, it's a choice. It's like flipping on a light switch. You get to choose to be happy. Flip on the switch each and every day so you can experience happiness on a totally different level. Our next one feeds into the happiness as well, and that is expressing gratitude daily. When we express gratitude daily, you might find 3 things that you are grateful for. And they do not need to be elaborate things, my friend. They can be simple things. You might say, I'm grateful for the cashier that checked out my groceries today. It allowed me to just be present with my breath. Or you could be grateful for the tea or the coffee that you drank. Or you might be grateful that you have nice clean bed sheets. Or you might be grateful that your son or daughter or coworker or friend made you laugh. Or you're grateful for the amazing conversations that you had today. Or you're grateful for the funny reel that showed up in your video feed, in your social media feed, that made you laugh. There's so many things that we can express gratitude for. And when we express gratitude, it allows the soul to appreciate the experiences that you are having, because you get to find the good in everything, which leads us to our next thing. And that is making peace with all of your experiences and finding the golden nugget within them. And what I mean by that is, we have things that happen to us that may be horrific, may be bad, maybe just makes you angry. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to bad people. I don't think there's necessarily bad or good. I believe that they're just experiences at the end of the day, and we label them based on the emotions that we are experiencing. There is a golden nugget. There is something that we can always walk away from each and every experience that we experience. Because if we allow I'm going to put in quotations, a bad experience to choke the life out of us, because that's what it is. It's literally draining our life force. We end up moving into a state of lack, depression, sadness, anger, suppression of self, suppression of expression. And when we shift that and we allow ourselves to experience the experience from a different lens of love, we can heal the past. And this is how we heal the past. And it's making peace with the past. It's making peace with the experiences. The next one is savor the ordinary moments, and while doing so, you will make them extraordinary. This leads back into the gratitude as well. When we savor just the simplicity of life, it might be walking in the woods and just savoring that moment, it makes it extraordinary. Savor a sunset, savor the breeze on your face, savor that hot cup of cocoa or tea or coffee. Savor the conversations you have. Those normal everyday experiences become extraordinary when we savor them, and then they become magical, and they allow us to feel nourished in the exchange that we're having with those experiences, with those moments. And it's magnificent, my friend. It really, really is. And speaking of ordinary, another way to nourish your soul is to keep things simple. Don't complicate your life. It's not necessary. We can keep things simple. Simplify your life in all the different ways that you can possibly simplify it. I find that when we overcomplicate, we overthink. And when we overthink, we make things 10 times more challenging than what they have to be. So meditate, sit on whatever it is that you've been overcomplicating, and surrender it to the universe. Surrender it. And that's one of our next ones, which is to surrender. When we surrender, we have the opportunity to not chase, but to receive what is truly in alignment for us. That does not mean that you don't take action. You do take action. You can take small actions, but the small actions can lead into extraordinary experiences that the universe wants to bless you with. And so when we surrender, when we give ourselves permission to really be nourished and taken care of, the universe has our back and will always have our back. And it's magnificent when it happens. The next one is to practice your spiritual practices daily. Yes, I said daily. So if it's meditating, if it's journaling, if it's practicing gratitude, which is on this list, meditating is on this list. You want to practice your spiritual practices daily. So I practice going into the records. I practice meditating. I practice moving my body. I practice breathing exercises. And yes, when I start rattling them off, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't when you're practicing and it becomes just a part of your daily routine. When you practice your spiritual practices, your soul gets a dose of nectar that can turn into honey. Your soul gets a dose of nectar that it can turn it into honey. And so you get to make whatever life you want to make. And that can be birthed from the spiritual practices that you do and that you're called to do. So notice if you're called to do anything and start doing it. I know that when I really started to walk a spiritual path, I was guided to yoga. That led me to meditation, which then led me to dream interpretation, which then led me to the Akashic Records and hands-on healing and all the other good stuff. Like one thing led to the other. And the more that I gave myself permission to be led by spirit, which is also another way to nourish your soul, when you're led by spirit, led by your intuition, led by your heart, you can experience life on a completely different level. All right, now the last one. This one I think is really important, and that is to play and have fun. We are meant to play with childlike wonder. We are meant to have fun. We are meant to giggle. We are meant to smile. Because when we smile, endorphins are released. When we smile, we attract more happiness back into our life. When we play with childlike wonder and innocence, our imagination gets to grow. And when our imagination gets to grow, we feed our soul. And when we feed our soul gifts us with more experiences that it wants to experience through desires and information it wants to share with you. So play, play, play. Have fun. You deserve to nourish your body, mind, and soul. So go out there, start nourishing your soul. This is a daily practice, and the more you practice it, the more you're going to learn about yourself, and the more you're going to evolve, and the more happy you're going to become, because you're going to be living the life you truly desire to live, because doors will open as you're doing so. Hey friends, don't forget the Soul Evolution Masterclass series is gonna start soon. You don't wanna miss out on this free 5-day event. Yes, I said absolutely free. It's 5 days of jam-packed soul evolution materials. You don't wanna miss out. We talk about the Akashic Records, manifesting, mindset, and so much more. Click the link or go to my website, theamyrobeson.com/free. And you can sign up for the Soul Evolution Masterclass series. And don't worry, if you can't join live, you can catch the replay. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.